Hello everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. And I am really excited about today's thrift store finds because my local thrift stores were having a 50% off everything sale, which is ridiculous. So these already low prices are now cut in half. So I paid no more than $1 for everything I'm going to show you here today, excluding one item. I guess I paid $1.50 for that, but I will show that in pictures because it's a little bigger to be carrying around. But yeah, so I am really excited about this. I have a dozen books to show you guys, 4 DVDs, and then one other special item that I guess I will save until the end. But yeah, so I'm going to talk some middle grade, some young adult, then adult books, and then we'll move over to the DVDs, and then that one special item I'll save for the very end. So lots to talk about today. So let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right in. So I guess I'll start with young adult because I only have 2 YA books that I found. And the first one is one that I heard a lot about on BookTube over the years. I don't necessarily think it's super popular anymore because I believe it came out in 2012. But this one is called Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, written by Benjamin Sayans. I'm sure I'm butchering that and I apologize, but I believe this is just a YA romance. These two guys meet for the first time, and then they start kind of opening up to each other where they can't do that with other people. And I believe just a romance stems from there and it kind of blossoms out. The story blossoms out from there. So interested in reading it just because I've heard so many good things about it. Actually, you can see this little scribble right here. This thrift store annoys me because this little scribble is supposed to represent a price. Like, if you could read what that price is, power to you, because I haven't the slightest idea, but I know I paid less than 50 cents for it either way. But yeah, so this one is one that I have heard a lot of good things about, so I am excited to give it a shot and see if it's something that I'll enjoy. Because frankly, I don't know. I don't typically like YA romance, but because I'd heard so much about it and it was so cheap, I decided to add it to the collection. So Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, written by Benjamin Sayans, is the first book I ended up grabbing at the thrift store. This next one is super random and not one I'd normally pick up, but I've been watching some videos, some like collection videos from Cameron Chaney, who I always recommend his BookTube channel, but he was showing off like his Hardy Boys, his Nancy Drew collection, and some other things. And in there, I believe it was there where I saw some Sweet Valley High books, or it was one of his hauls. He had some Sweet Valley High books. So then it got in my head, well, hey, if you find one that's a super thriller, maybe give it a shot. And that's exactly what this is. So this is Sweet Valley High Super Thriller, Double Jeopardy, written by Frances Pascal. And frankly, I don't even know if she actually wrote that or not. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, it's written by Kate William. So it's just based on the series Sweet Valley High, which was created by Francine Pascal. So yeah, this one, I don't know if it's going to be any good or not. I'm sure it probably won't, but I figured I would add it to the collection for the whatever quarter or so I paid for it. And it's a super thriller. So hopefully it'll fit along my like point horror books with my YA thrillers. But yeah, so we'll check this one out at some point. Sweet Valley High Super Thriller Double Jeopardy, written by Kate William. Let's move over to the adult books because I have 4 of those to talk about. So the first 2, I guess I'll show together because they're part of a cozy mystery series, which I don't typically buy a ton of those. I do have like the Cat Who, that series I have a bunch of, and then obviously my Murder, She Wrote cozy mysteries I have a lot of. But the reason I picked both of these up is because they were written by Charlene Harris, who did the Sookie Stackhouse series. And so these are the Julius House and 3 Bedrooms, 1 Corpse. And you can see the little logo on the bottom there. These are part of the Aurora Tiergarten mystery series. So I don't know if they're going to be any good or not. I have read a handful, maybe a few cozy mysteries now over the past couple years, and I tend to enjoy them. I don't love them, but I have a pretty good time with them. They're, pretty easy to get through. And I typically don't guess who the murderer is or whatever the case. I don't guess the mystery by the end. So I don't know. They stay fun for me. They just remind me of like episodes of Murder, She Wrote or something like that. So yeah, they're kind of just low key fun reads. So I figured I'd give them a shot because they were both there for super cheap. So I don't know what book numbers these are because I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I don't know. Either way, hopefully they'll be pretty good. So the Julius House, I was going to say the Julius Hour, the Julius House and 3 Bedrooms, 1 Corpse, both written by Charlene Harris. 2 more books for the Cozy Mystery collection. I got really lucky with this next one because it is actually like the next book I need in this series, and it's the Anita Blake Vampire Hunter novel series. And this is written by Laura K. Hamilton, The Lunatic Cafe. And I believe this is book number 4 in that series, which I happen to have the first 3 books, so I needed book number 4. Yeah, you can see them all listed here. So this must be a reprint, of course, but I have the first 3 and now I have the first 4. So that's always a good thing. I've not read any of these yet, but I've been finding them at the thrift store for really cheap. I think one I actually got for free from my local used bookstore. I used it as like my my birthday book that they give for free. So yeah, paid very little to have this series so far. So I figured at one point I will probably give these a shot because they are, it's a genre that I would typically enjoy. So The Lunatic Cafe by Laurel K. Hamilton, book 4 of the Anita Blake Vampire Hunter series. I know this next book isn't rare by any stretch of the imagination, but I have not been able to find it near me from the thrift store at all. And that's really the only way I wanted to grab it. I didn't want to buy it new. I actually DNF'd this book maybe 2-3 years ago now. Not because it was bad. I was like in a weird state at work. So when I was driving to and from work, I just wasn't paying attention to the book. So I needed to stop, and I will go back to it eventually. But I've actually owned the sequel to this for quite a while. It was one I found at the library book sale when those were still a thing. But this is Neuromancer by William Gibson. So everyone always says that this was a huge inspiration for films like The Matrix. And as I was reading it in the past, which I think honestly I got like 75% of the way in, I just didn't finish it. But as I was reading it, you could definitely tell it's that same style. So that kind of cyberpunk style was born with Neuromancer. So yeah, very excited to have this one in the collection again, or not again, but just to have it in the collection. I think I borrowed it on like Hoopla or something when I listened to the audiobook. But yeah, maybe I will do this one in the physical form next time, because then I can pay attention a little bit more. But what I read was good. Like I said, I wasn't devoting the attention that was needed for it. So yeah. So anyway, Neuromancer, which is book 1 of a trilogy, I believe, written by William Gibson. Very happy to add this one to the collection because I've been looking for it for quite some time now. I'm just reading the cover of this book now, and I'm a little disappointed. I didn't realize this was book 3 in a trilogy, or however long the series goes. But this is written by an author that my buddy was recently talking about and said, how do you not know him? If you love middle grade, you need to know Bruce Coville, which I got some books, which I'm going to do in another video, that I found at my parents' house. And I did have one Bruce Coville book from when I was younger, but this is called My Teacher Glows in the Dark. And apparently it is the sizzling sequel to My Teacher Fried My Brains and My Teacher is an Alien. So yeah, I need to get those 2 in the collection now. But yeah, this is just a middle grade series, kind of in the vein of Goosebumps, or maybe like Stranger Things. Oh my gosh, Animorphs. I was going to say Strange Matter is where my head was going. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll check this one out. I've heard great things about Bruce Coville, so hopefully My Teacher Glows in the Dark will be worth my time. I've been really lucky with this next series because I think every one I have in my collection are ones that I found at the thrift store for super cheap. This is the Michigan Thrillers series by Jonathan Rand, and this is book number 8, which is Dinosaurs Destroy Detroit. So you see it has the GM building there in the background. So yeah, I'm very interested to see how this is. I'm really wondering if he's going to put in like a lot of local destination spots, or just things I might recognize from having lived in the city. So yeah, very intrigued to check this one out. But yeah, Michigan Chillers, book number 8, Dinosaurs Destroy Detroit. This will probably be the first one I end up reading from this series. So very excited to add this one to the collection. I think I just showed one of these in my last thrift store haul or book haul or something, but this is Star Wars Jedi Apprentice, The Deadly Hunter, and this is book number 11 of that series, which the last one I showed was book number 10. So now I have 10 and 11, and I'll just keep getting these as I find them at the thrift store because I don't know much about the series. Let's see when this one came out. I'm guessing the 99 or 2000 would be my guess. 2000 it came out. So right around the time when Star Wars was starting to get popular again in mainstream media. So yeah, very excited to have this. I would love to be able to collect all of these as I go through. I don't think this is a terribly long series. I think this is getting very close to the end. So yeah, we'll see if I can get them as we go through the thrift stores here. Star Wars Jedi Apprentice, The Deadly Hunter, which is book number 11 in this series. I saved the best book for last because this is just cool. I did not know this existed. If you did, let me know down in the comments below if you guys have ever heard of this one before. But this is actually a middle grade book based on the Universal Monsters, as you can see on the side here. This is book number 4, The Mummy. So this is a middle grade horror book based off of the Universal Monsters film, The Mummy. Like, that is awesome. This is, like I said, book number 4. So there are 3 others before this, which I will show here if you guys can make those out. So you have Dracula, Wolfman, and Frankenstein in there as well. So man, if I can find a way to get all of these, I will definitely be doing that. I'm going to search on eBay for these pretty soon because I didn't know these existed, and this is just like so up my alley. I need to have these in my collection. So if you guys know of a place I can find them, let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, this is, I think, the coolest find just because I'd never heard of it before. So Book of the Dead, book number 4, The Mummy, written by Larry Mike Garman. Awesome find. All right, so let's talk about the 4 DVDs I grabbed. And the first one here is actually still sealed, so that's always fun. But this is Hotel for Dogs. And this is one, I believe, I want to say Miranda picked it up in one of her recent hauls, and she talked about how much she enjoyed it. So I figured, why not grab it for the cheap price it was on DVD? I don't see myself spending extra money on it for Blu-ray, so I grabbed the DVD for super cheap. But yeah, this one is about, as it says, a hotel for dogs. So it should be pretty cool. And it does have Emma Roberts in it, who I always like, and then Jake T. Austin in it as well. So hopefully it's a pretty cute one. It's a Nickelodeon film, so we'll see how it is. This next one, another super random. I mean, frankly, all these are super random on DVD, but it's just, these are ones I didn't want to spend the money on for Blu-ray, so I figured DVD would suffice. This is called Without a Paddle, and it's one I've always wanted to see because of the cast. Seth Green, Matthew Lillard, and Dax Shepard, who I love, so hopefully this one will be pretty good. This one came out in 2004, so the year I graduated. I just never got around to watching it, so very excited to check this comedy out. Without a Paddle from 2004. Here is another random comedy from around that same time. I don't remember what year exactly, but this is Adam Sandler's The Waterboy. Now, of course, I've seen this one probably multiple times at this point, and I don't love it, but I think it's good enough. It's pretty funny. So I figured, hey, you don't want it on Blu-ray? Just grab the DVD for the 50 or 25 cents or whatever it was you paid. So that's what I did. It's in widescreen, which is all I really care about. This disc is, there is a little bit of a crack in it, but it's in the middle. I don't know if you can make that out or not, but yeah, so I don't think it's going to have a problem playing, hopefully, but it's probably the least condition or the worst condition out of all the ones I bought, but that's okay. We'll see if it works. The Waterboy with Adam Sandler. This last DVD I grabbed is one that I frankly probably should own on Blu-ray at some point, but in the meantime, this is a film that has been on my to-watch list for the longest time, and I've never owned it, so I didn't have a way to watch it, but now I do. This is Annie Hall from 1977, which of course is a Woody Allen and Diane Keaton film. Always heard great things about it. And frankly, this will be the first Woody Allen film I will have ever watched. So very excited to check this one out and see what all the hype is about. But yeah, Annie Hall, figured why not grab it on DVD, so at least it's in my collection. So that is the last DVD I ended up grabbing in this haul. The last thing I was able to find at the thrift store is something that I have been looking for well over a year now, and it was a VCR. So every time I go to the thrift store, I always check to find one, and nobody ever has them around me for whatever reason. But I actually was able to find 2 at my local thrift store, which was having the 50% off. So I got super lucky. The first one was like a DVD VHS player combo. I tried that one. It didn't really seem to work as well. So I ended up picking up just the standard VHS player, and it worked in store. I was able to test that it took a tape, it rewound, it fast forward, it ejected, it didn't eat the tape like my old VCR did, which ended up being thrown in the trash. So I was so excited, and I ended up picking it up. This was marked at $2.98. So I paid $1.50 for this, which is ridiculous because if you look online, these things are going for quite a bit of money, much more than they really should be, but that's beside the point. So yeah, so I finally brought it home, tested it out, and lo and behold, it works just fine. So I was so excited that I was able to find a VHS player for $1.50. So now I have like these old VHS tapes. Again, I'm going to show you guys a haul soon of things I picked up from my parents' house. I do have a couple VHS tapes in there just for nostalgia reasons. But I have, most importantly, I have these old wrestling VHS tapes that I want to watch on this thing that I can't watch in any other way because it's not available in any other format. So super excited that I was able to find a VCR, and the fact that it was $1.50 is just the cherry on top. So that was everything I was able to find in my 50% off everything sale at my local thrift stores. All right, and there it is. Everything that I was able to find for 50% off at my local thrift store, plus, of course, the VCR, which I'm probably most excited about. But yeah, this was a really lucky haul. I think I got some really cool things in here for just absurdly cheap. So that's always cool. But let me know if you guys have been able to find anything cool at your thrift store lately. I love hearing what you guys find because it's always so random and just so cool. So let me know those down in the comments below. I love having more of a conversation with you guys down there. As always, if you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a like down below. Consider subscribing to Cinefessions here on YouTube and leave a comment. I would really appreciate all of those things. It really helps the channel grow. And like I always say, I don't just talk books and movies. I talk all things media, be it books, movies, graphic novels, manga. If it's media related, I'm interested in it. And if you are too, you might consider subscribing. All right, guys. So that is going to do it for today. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching. And I want to encourage you to consume some media today. I'll catch you next time.